Welcome back, everyone, to the fantastic world of Emacs. Today, we're going to be talking about hyperlinks in org mode documents, which are very helpful if you're exporting to various file formats, or if you're just linking different org mode files together and want to be able to control internal linking and external linking very easily, very intuitively. This is the video for you. And by the way, I'll just mention that I've got a link below if you want to get $200 to use at DigitalOcean. Just click that link and you can spin up a server today and have some fun with it like we like to do around here. All right, so I'm just going to jump into the video really quick. So as you all probably know, there is the basic linking structure. It's kind of like Markdown. It's just a little bit different. We use these brackets in org mode. So for example, if I wanted to link to my little local HTTP server here, I can copy that URL and I can actually just type in two brackets to open it, put the link, close, open another, put in something like this is a link, two brackets to close it, and then save it, export that to, export that to HTML, and you see, we've just got a basic hyperlink right there, and you can click on it and it takes you where you want to go. You can also do it with Control-C, Control-L, and then that will prompt you for a link, and you can just paste in your hyperlink, and then it prompts you for a description down at the bottom in the mini buffer there. And you can put, this is a website, and there you have a link now. And that's, of course, pretty cool, but internal linking is where things start to get really interesting. And so, for example, let's say I have, you see here, this is just a heading, and I'm going to demonstrate how you can set up a custom ID if you want to link to this heading. So you can use a property. An easiest way to assign a property without having to type it out is Control-C, Control-X, and the letter P. And now you're prompted for a property. Put in custom ID, and the value can be just something like my ID. Keep it simple. There it is. And now from another heading, let's go back up to here where we were typing these. So we can actually let's do Control-C, Control-L to bring up the prompt here. And instead of picking one of these existing link structures, you can just put in a hash mark here and put my ID, enter, description. This is a link to a heading, and now you can see it drops my point right down there. That's to demonstrate that it's linking there. And if you were to export this to HTML, you'll see there in the link you have the custom ID, basically an anchor link target that will connect you down to the heading that you're trying to get to. Now, you can also link to headings without using a custom ID. I recommend it because it's more reliable, because that ID might not change, like a heading might change, but you can just put in the name of a heading. And org mode will actually automatically search for a heading if you do that. So for example, I can say, I want to link to, and just do Control-C, Control-L, and just write some heading. Description, put in some heading. So now org mode knows that there's a heading called some heading, and it links you right down to it. But now if I change that, if I put some headings with an S, it will now breaks that link. So it says no match, create this as a new heading. So it prompts you if you want to create a new heading. If I hit yes, there, so it prompted a heading called some heading. Even though you can link directly to a heading by typing it in, I feel like the custom ID is safer because, as I just demonstrated, the heading can change. So it's a good idea, I think, to use custom IDs. And this one is also interesting. You also have these different types of links where you have like a custom structure like this with these two brackets, and you can put in like the org mode puts the example my target. And then I close it, and I can type whatever here. And let's say I want to just like link down to this section here. I should be able to just put in let's say I want to link to my target. And you just close the brackets and you see it links you down to this section right here. So you don't have to just link to external files or URLs. You can also just have these targets, these like anchor links basically, anywhere in your document, and you can link to them. So if you just want to link to like a section of paragraphs that are within a greater section, you can have a lot of specificity as far as where the people are going to be landing. Okay, and now something else that's really cool that I just discovered recently and that you might like, you can actually get like dynamically numbered sections from like your list and things like that. So here's an example we'll do. Here are the rules of Fight Club. So rule 1, you do not talk about Fight Club. Rule 2, we can put repeat rule 1, or as I said, we can do it dynamically. So let's put a target in here. Let's call it first rule. So now let's open 2 brackets and type in first rule and close them. And now let's save that, and you see if it worked correctly, it links up to first rule. But now what happens when we send it out to HTML? Okay, so now you can see here at the bottom, maybe I can make it a little bigger. Here are the rules of Fight Club. You do not talk about Fight Club. Rule 2, repeat rule 1. So you can see it actually dynamically replaced the description that I put in of first rule. It replaced it with a number 1 because it knows that we're in a list item, and it knows dynamically that you're referring to rule number 1. So interestingly, if we actually switch these, so let's switch this around to say C rule first rule. So now let's export that. So now the first rule of Fight Club is C rule 2. Rule 2, you do not talk about Fight Club. So you see, it's a very cool way of dynamically indicating in your document something that you're referring to. It actually knows that it's in a list item, and it'll update automatically. So pretty cool stuff, very intuitive. Hope you liked it, and maybe you will use it yourself, and let me know your thoughts if this is something that you find valuable as well. But thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you all next time.